Welcome back, guys. This is King of Weebs here, and this is what if I, yes, the King of Weebs, was in Naruto. So, I have thought a lot about this, and I have decided that I will be the first member of a new Kekigenkai clan. Yes, so I am born in the same time as Naruto, and just saying, my clan has two Kekigenkai. Since I am the first in the clan, I have the ability to foresee the future. And I know the future, but I don't want to ruin the future. Because the future will build everyone. The future is the future. Era of time. The future. Anyway. So you like my ASMR, guys? Anyway. Yeah. Just saying, it's literally 11:51 p.m. and I'm recording this. I should not be screaming or anything. People are sleeping and I have the lights on. Let me quickly turn them off before someone comes down, slaps me in the face, slaps, boom boom boom, easy thing. Now go sleep. Anyway, I was about to say my name there. I mean, I'll tell you my name on stream tomorrow anyway. So Naruto. Sorry guys, a bit of wind because I'm putting on my blanket. It's very cold in England, even though we're in summer. Yes, full-fledged summer, winter. Yeah, so I'm born and I get a vision. I'm born around the same time as Naruto. I'm a bit younger than him. I'm born on November 10th, a month younger than him, and he's born October 10th. So full 30 days younger than him. Yes, Naruto's born October 10th. I'm actually born on November 10th. So yeah, Naruto is now born, and a month later I'm born. My parents will be two poor civilians of the Leaf Village that cannot afford a house in the main thing, so they had to get in the outskirts, and it's a little cottage far away from the actual village, and we barely get any food. And yeah, so once I'm born, I actually allow a truly immense amount of chakra, which every shinobi in the village felt. And my Kekigenkai is turning into fire. Is that the devil fruit of Ace? I don't know the devil fruit. Let me quickly check. Oh no, I'm gonna get flamed. I'm gonna get flamed in the comment section. I have done some thorough research and I have found out it is the Mera Nomi fruit. Bro, allow it, fam. Anyway, so it's like that. Just that my fire, it's too strong for that. So it's blue, because I love blue fire. Should I make white? Let's make it blue and white. So the more emotional I get, it turns. So normally it's white. The more emotional I get, so the more angry or sad I get, it's more like. The more sad I get, if I fight out of sadness and I try to protect someone and they die, it's white fire. But if it's like me being angry or fully dark mode, I'm going to kill the hell out of you for hurting him, her, my friends, it's black. Yes, so I have three types of flames. A blue one, which is really strong. A white one, which gets stronger than my emotional state is. And the dark one, the black one that looks like the Amaterasu, it burns. It's always stronger than the blue one, but it gets stronger as I keep fighting, not as I get more emotional like the white one. That one is just OP as hell, but it doesn't come out unless I'm pissed. Anyway, 2 years have passed. I have grown in poverty, and yeah, I just start walking and start showing my true strength. And people actually noticed, and they told the third Hokage, and the third Hokage actually told Danzo that there is a new Kekigenkai, and Danzo actually wanted me in the Anbu. Naruto and Sasuke are living their own lives right now. So the Ninetales attack did still happen, and my parents did survive. They saved me. Well, they saved themselves and me because I was still in the room. And just saying, my parents were actually both. One was a namikaze, but no one really knew about it. My father and my mother was uh, an unknown ninja. No one knows. She wasn't a ninja. She was an unknown shinobi, and her clan wasn't really known. But um, apparently she had black hair. If you guys know where I'm going with this, Sharingan, yeah. And she was banished from her clan apparently, from what I remember. So, well, my mother told me anyway. So, for marrying a namikaze. Anyway, now we get to the actual story. So, another 2 years have passed. I am 4 years old, and I'm running around the village, having my own fun. And one night, I come back to see my house on fire. Well, my cottage, and I go in, and my parents tell me to get out, and my father then uses a well, my mother uses a wind style, wind gale palm to actually push me away, and then the whole cottage falls down on them. They were actually injured, and from what I remember, they were pretty damn burnt. So I was there watching the cottage fall down, and I was getting emotionally broken, and I was like, who did this? And then Don was like, pretty nice sight, isn't it, kid? And I look at him and say, my parents saved them. And Don was like, I can't, they're dead. I wonder why. Would you like to know who it was? And Naruto's like, I mean, not Naruto, I'm like, just please save them. And I start crying, and my flames, no one knows about the other two types of flames, and my flames get stronger and stronger. And then Danzo says, you're coming with me, kid. I killed your parents to take you. And he smiles at me like a pedophile, and I get scared, but at the same time more emotionally broken. And my white flames start actually spurting out on Danzo, and this was before Danzo actually had the Sharingan arm. And yeah, I kind of burned the hell out of him, and some Anbu actually put him out of the fire, and they actually knocked me out. Some Anbu actually used some water style to temporarily keep my fire in place, and knocked me out. And Danzo's like, he's too dangerous, we shall kill him. And that's when then I wake up. I don't know what happens next, but I wake up in a hospital bed, and I see the third Hokage next to me, and Danzo on the other side of the room. And then once I wake up, I'm like, where am I? And then Danzo says, I apologize for what happened. It wasn't really us. We were just in the middle of training. And then a spark of fire actually hit your house. And Naruto's like, you're lying. You told me. And the third Hokage, it's true. Said it's true, and not. I knew it was a lie because he clearly was smiling at me. He gave me a weird smile as well, and I was like, this demon, I hate you. And then basically I wanted to run off, but of course I'm hurt, and I'm getting messages now. What the hell? Hold on, not this time on anyway. So then the third Hokage says, unfortunately, your parents couldn't make it. They actually saved you from the falling cottage. The Anbu couldn't really do anything. They've noticed the fire once it was way too big, and some other ninjas actually arrived on the scene and saw you knocked out because you were trying to go back in there. The Anbu knocked you out. And the two Anbu that were actually put my fire out and knocked me out were there. It was a woman and the woman who actually chopped me in the head, and the other guy, the robust guy that actually was using the water style. And the woman actually looked really young, around her 20s, and she was bowing down while the man was like, yeah, I'm sorry, kiddo. And the woman was like, I'm really sorry. And yeah, the just saying, the woman didn't do anything. She didn't even know about this. And the third Hokage is that, well, I'm sorry to say this, kid, but I believe you'll be you'll be put in an orphanage for adoption. And I knew no one would adopt me because I'm a poor child. No one really likes me. I don't have like anything good about me. I'm not too smart. I'm actually bare smart. Yeah, because some my dream to be smart, to be amazing at school. I love school. I like school. I actually like school, but I'm not good at it. So it's kind of a win-loss situation there. So I'm in awe, and then then Danzo actually steps up and says, "I'll adopt him. I'll adopt this kid and train him to become an ultimate weapon for the Leaf Village. He has a kicking Genkai that has never been seen by anyone. Third, Hiruzen. We need to use his power." And I was getting scared and I was shivering now, and because Danzo was actually laying out, Danzo was bandaged up, and I was kind of getting scared by now. And this is when the Anbu lady, "Shut up, you demon. You're not adopting him. I will. I'm leaving the Anbu." And just saying, she didn't do anything. And what really happened is that Danzo actually put up the fire himself while my parents were in the house. And my parents might have been poor, but we used to live a normal life. And in fact, we were happy. Just us three being alive was more than enough for us. And yeah, something they don't know is that there is a reason why my hair is actually black and yellow. Is because I'm a Namikaze with blue eyes and an Uchiha. That's why I have black eyes. A bit of black hair. Man said black eyes. And just saying, I just want the Sharingan because I am a big fan of it. And just saying, something they didn't notice about me because I was engulfed with fire is that I awakened the Sharingan, and so. I actually awakened the Sharingan already at 2 Tomoe because of my immense amount of chakra. Don't ask me how I have so much chakra. I just want to be OP as hell. And just saying, I won't interfere with Naruto. So I actually get adopted by the woman, and she actually leaves the Anbu and she buys a house for us, actually really close to Naruto's house. So we actually moved there, and well, I moved there with her, and I help her out since I'm not the weakest kid, because I've been living in poverty, so I have to be strong to help. I used to help out with chores since my father wasn't the strongest either, but we tried our best, and now he's gone, and they actually saved me from the fire, so I'm really grateful. Their bodies were buried and in the cemetery. I do pay my respects every day. So now it's been a year since I've been adopted, and I'm not disappointed with my life. I'm really happy because Lily, my new mother, she's actually an amazing mother. She treats me perfectly. She actually trains me as well. She actually trains me in taijutsu, ninjutsu, and also genjutsu. Since she is a genjutsu specialist and a taijutsu specialist at the same time, and she actually found out that I have three chakra natures: water, fire, and wind, which are water and fire just contrast each other. So like water is just doesn't go well with fire, and I have a Genkai to do with fire. Why would I have water release while wind release I got it from my mother, water release and fire release. Just saying, my mother was a ninja, but she got banished, so no one really remembered her anymore. And yeah, so she got banished from the clan, from her father, and no one really heard of her ever again. No one knew that she used to live in the outskirts with her husband. And They used to live in poverty. Her father did try to search for her after realizing that he was wrong, but of course he couldn't find her, and the Uchiha massacre will still happen. I actually get a vision, well, because I have foresight. I have two guys, a foresight which I really liked from the Bardock special from Dragon Ball. If no one actually understood that foresight, Bardock got in a special episode, and I was really intrigued by it since I watched it when I was a 6-year-old, and I'm still fond of Bardock's foresight. I never understood why they didn't do it in Bardock in the Broly movie, but it is what it is. So I actually get a foresight of me hanging out with a kid today, and I'm like, "Hey, mommy, can I go outside?" And she's like, do you really want to? People always give you bad looks. Are you sure?" And not, and I'm like, "There's no need to worry. I'm not scared of them." And just saying, my name is not actually the King of Weaves in there. It's Ru, R-U. Yeah, this is just an abbreviation of my real name, Ruhan. Ru. So I'm actually pretty strong, and yeah. So I go out, and I get bad looks, of course, but I'm just out there, and I actually go to the park, and it's actually getting late afternoon, and because I've been out for a while, and then I actually see the kid. I don't know his name, but it's just that I see little bits of the future. I don't, and it's only if it's to do with me. So of course, since I will meet Naruto, it means that it's to do with me. And just the Uchiha massacre is nothing to do with me, because technically I'm not an Uchiha. I'm actually a Namikaze, Ru Namikaze. Yes, they found out that my father was a Namikaze, and the fourth never knew about this. He actually never heard of it, and indeed, my father did actually try to change his name and keep it a secret, and he actually succeeded in that. But in reality, he only lied about it. His name is actually um 1 second, guys. His name is actually Yuki Namikaze. It took me a while to think of that. And my mother was called Yukino. Yes, their names were really similar, Yukino and Yukino Uchiha and Yuki Namikaze. And yeah, so I had blue eyes. I was a lot like a lot similar to Naruto. My English, I was similar to Naruto, but I didn't have the whiskers. I had the blue eyes, the yellow and black hair. My eyebrows were yellow as well. So I was like a twin brother to Naruto, just a bit more intelligent. And Naruto, I actually go up to Naruto and say hello, and Naruto says, "Oh hey, how are you doing?" And I say, "Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?" And then we socialize for a bit until it gets really dark, and then, of course, Lily actually comes and finds me and says, "Hey Ru, I've been searching for you all over the village," and I'm like, "Oh, I was hanging out with my new friend Naruto," and Lily's like, "Oh, you must be the famous Naruto. I've heard stories about you. People always treat you, don't really treat you well, do they?" And Naruto looks down, and I'm like, "But why?" Because I was still naive, man. Lily's like, "There's no need to worry, Naruto. You can come home with us." And Naruto's like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yes!" Because, of course, it's my first ever friend, and he comes to our house. And that's only because Lily actually has a pure heart. She don't care about nobody's opinions. She's not a sheep. She don't follow the crowd. She is herself. And yes, that's how I do my thing. Because like, I don't follow no trend or anything. I don't follow no whatever people want to do. Oh, this is cool, let me do this. Nah. Fam, I go bold for a reason. I don't give a shit of what people say. I'm sorry if I'm swearing right now, but bro, I don't care. Be yourself. Do what you want to do. Be yourself. Don't. It doesn't matter if you're walking down the street and they're like, "Oh, look what he's wearing." Just don't care. I wouldn't care, fam. I always wear my Itachi, like my fanboy clothes and that. I know people give me looks. I've seen someone look at me weird. I'm like, "Alright, cool. Look at me weird. You freaking know me. I don't give a crap. Who are you to judge me?" Shut up, fam. Don't even think about me, fam. You pedophile looking at me like that. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't care. So be yourself, guys. Just don't worry about others. Well, other people's opinions. Worry about yourself. Worry about your family. Be yourself. As long as you are yourself, you you can do anything. Just like me, I've been myself for the past 2 years. I don't care about anyone's opinion anymore. I used to back in the days, but now it just doesn't matter to me. I be myself. Maybe sometimes I do hide something, like my true nature. Hey, my friends know my true nature, but I don't mind. If you guys want to see my true nature, I won't show you anyways, because it's really weird. And my true nature is something that shouldn't be shown on YouTube anyway. Let's go. Let's not get off too off track. If you guys just want to hear my life, I can do that. Anyway, my bad. So, Naruto actually came to our house, and Lily cooked up a real nice dinner. So we ate. Naruto was really happy, but then looked sad again, and I'm like, "Hey Naruto, why do you look sad?" And Naruto's like, "I have to go back home. I don't want to. There's no one waiting for me." And Lily pats him on the head and says, "How about you stay here today?" And I'm like, "Yes, you can sleep on my bed, in my bed." And Naruto's like, "Really?" And then I'm like, "Yeah." And Lily smiles and says, "We'll all sleep together," because we're still like 5 years old. So we all slept together. No, shush. She's my mom. Anyway, we all slept next to each other, and we had a good night's sleep. The next morning, we woke up really early, and Lily actually started my training, and Naruto was fascinated by this, and I actually got an adrenaline boost, and I started fighting Lily literally proper, like all out. And Lily was actually like, "Alright, I won't hold back either." And I was trying my best to stop Lily from attacking me so hard, but it was too hard until I I blinked once, and then my eyes turned red, and then Lily was like, "Wait, what?" And I caught her off guard, and I started kind of beating her. But then Lily's like, "Even if you're that strong," and then literally, you know, the karate thing, wait, let me search that. The karate thing that where she puts my arm over her shoulder, and then literally makes me flip, and then I land on my back, and I say, "Ow, that hurt," and really loudly. And Lily's like, "I'm sorry, but I didn't know you were an Uchiha. You didn't tell me." And I'm like, "Uchiha? What is that?" And she's like, "Wait, you don't know? Oh my, you're too naive, Rue." And Naruto's like, "Whoa, that was amazing. You're so cool, Rue. You're so strong. And you too, Miss Lily." And Lily is like, "You can drop the miss." And basically then we have breakfast. Yes, this was before breakfast, because I do it before breakfast. And Naruto's like, can I train with you guys as well?" And Lily's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And Naruto, now that would mean that Naruto would come every morning. I'm like, "Yes, Naruto will come every morning." And Lily's like, "Why should he? He'll just stay in our house from now on." And Naruto's like, "But what? The third Hokage won't allow it." And then Lily's like, "I have my own things to talk with the third Hokage." And yeah, so me and Naruto actually go out to play together, and we actually go. And yeah, Lily says, "Okay, I'll be heading to the third Hokage. I need to talk to him." And once Lily gets there, this is from Lily's point of view, she starts screaming at the third Hokage, saying that should have told her that Naruto was living alone, and told him that I made friends with Naruto, and she wants to adopt Naruto. And the third Hokage apologizes, saying that he was being stupid for letting a 5-year-old live on his own, and he allows Lily to adopt Naruto. And then lunchtime arrived, and me and Naruto were getting hungry, and we were playing on the swings. And then Lily came to pick us up, and she took us to the ramen place, since that was my favorite place as well, and Lily's one as well. And Naruto's like, "This is my favorite place," and Lily's like, "It's on me today." And then she breaks the ice by saying, "Hey Naruto, you'll be my new son." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then she explains that she adopted Naruto, and the third Hokage allowed her. and I was super happy and hugged Naruto, and Naruto was kind of crying. And then by the next day, everything was moved. We all moved together, and we actually bought a bigger apartment with 2 rooms, one for me and Naruto, and one for Lily. And Lily actually was dating someone, I won't say who. Yes, someone pretty strong. Yeah, I'm joking. She's not dating anyone. She's a single mother. So Lily is raising us perfectly. We're actually training together, me and Naruto. Naruto, since he is a prodigy, I'm not a prodigy. I'm no prodigy. I'm literally just like Lee. I'm no prodigy. Naruto's a prodigy, and he actually caught up with me way faster than. It took him 2 weeks. Well, I'll say 2 months to catch up to me, and it took me a year. And I was kind of jealous, but then I'm like, better for me. I'll just have to work harder, and I won't stop. And that's my ninja way, never to give up. And Naruto's, then 2 years, another 2 years passed. Now we're 7, and I actually was really strong. Me and Naruto were kind of on the same level, just that by now I actually awakened the Tomoe Sharingan. And yes, Lily explained everything to me about the Sharingan and how it works. And Naruto was really was surprised that I was a Uchiha, and I was like, I don't even know. And just saying, me and Naruto are really strong, and we're actually over getting level. We're not tuning yet. Unless we use our full power, we might be able to be tuning level. But our skill set is over tuning level, high tier tuning level. But our experience is lacking, so that's why we're nowhere near tuning level. If we were like, if we had some experience, maybe. But right now, with the experience we have now, just by training with our mother, is nowhere near enough. So another year passes, and the academy actually begins. Me and Naruto enrolled in the same academy. Well, of course, because there is only one. And this time Naruto and me made 2 new friends, Choji and Shikamaru. And also, I noticed that a girl was actually following Naruto over these past 4 years that I've known him. And I did want to tell Naruto, but then I looked back once, and she blushed, and I'm like, she's looking at me or him? And then I see her looking at Naruto, and I'm like, hey Naruto, you go on, I just want to go and get something. And Naruto's like, yeah, sure. And Hinata was following him, and then I tapped Hinata on the back and asked her, do you like Naruto? And she's like, yeah, please don't tell him. And I'm like, no problem, in fact, I'll be your wingman. So yeah, I'm actually trying to get Naruto and Hinata together, because Hinata has a crush on him, and she actually told me and Hinata are friends, so I have an extra friend. And Hinata actually joined our friend group mid-year. So just saying, the Uchiha massacre, this still happened, and I actually got the vision at night, and I thought it was just a bad dream. But of course, the next morning I did hear the news, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this? And I told Lily, and Lily's like, fascinating, really fascinating. And just saying, Lily is now 24, and she's actually getting back into the ninja vibe now, because now that her 2 kids are enrolled in an academy, Lily is actually over Joni level. She's actually really strong. She knows the summoning jutsu. Just saying, her summoning are toads as well. Just because I love toads, I love the toad summoning. And also, she knows she has 4 chakra natures: wind, lightning, water, and fire. She doesn't have earth. The earth. Also, by this time, she's really good friends with Kakashi, because they used to be in the same class, I'll say that. And also Anko. All the Jonins right now, it's just that she had to leave earlier to join the Anbu, and she was actually in the same team as Kakashi once, but of course Kakashi left. And yeah, never mind, I did something wrong. I wanted to ship Kakashi and Lily, but I said that Lily was 20 when she adopted me, but I was completely wrong. Lily was 22 when she adopted me, so she's 26 now, the same age as Kakashi. And she actually hangs out with Kakashi quite a bit now, since me and Naruto are enrolled in the academy. Kakashi and her do hang out since they do love the same book that me and Naruto are always curious to read, but of course Lily never lets us. Lily is more like a Tsunade. Yeah, so more like my cousin. I swear my cousin is really like Tsunade. I'm not lying, she hates me for no reason. Allow it, man. Anyway, nah, but I love cousin sister. She's my step cousin sister, but I love her anyway, as a cousin. Anyway, let's continue. Me, Naruto, Shikamaru, Choji, Shino, and Hinata, also Ino joined our group, and Kiba. They all joined our group. Even Sakura joined. Just that Sakura won't be. Me, I'll be in a different team, and I'll say that I actually replaced one of the rookie 9. Let me think of who. Never mind. Bun Kiba. Bun Kiba. Kiba doesn't exist. I'll say Kiba was born a year later. So I actually replaced Kiba. So I don't replace him in the team. I don't replace Kiba in the team, of course. So I'm actually in the same team as Naruto, but my team is different. 4 years have passed, of course. Naruto knows the Shadow Clone Jutsu, same as me. Me and Naruto have immense amounts of chakra, and we actually know the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Me, Naruto, and Sasuke are actually in the same team. I wanted to do me, Naruto, and Hinata, but I realized that I want Kakashi as my team leader, because our mother, me and Naruto are brothers, and I'll say that Naruto wasn't the best at studying, but he wasn't the worst either. Kakashi actually got Naruto because he was Minato's student, and Sasuke because he had the Sharingan, and I was just there because why not, plot armor, since I am one of the main characters. And Naruto's development is actually way better. He actually gets a lot stronger, just saying, of course. And now begins our true journey. We start by the graduation day. The day before the graduation, we all passed, me and Naruto, with flying colors. We actually made 16 shadow clones each to impress the teachers. We actually decided to do that right at the end, and we both high-fived, and we went back into our groups. And Sasuke is still the emo kid. His dreams are the same. He hasn't changed much. Just that I kind of can relate with Sasuke, since I do have the Sharingan as well. And Kakashi doesn't know about my Sharingan. Well, he doesn't yet. He will find out. And by this time, me and Naruto's actually now tuning level, even without the experience. Same as me. Just that I'm kind of stronger than Naruto because of my Kekkei Genkai. But other than that, nothing else. And I actually have a a foreshadow, not a foreshadow, a little foresight episode, and this is the first time in 4 years. I'm like, wow, that's new. And I actually saw me, Naruto, and Sasuke in the same room right at the end, and someone walked in, and then that's where he ended. And then out of nowhere, a lot of commotion came out. Of course, me, Lee, and Naruto were celebrating with we were celebrating with Kakashi that we actually passed. And yes, since Kakashi was just with Lily on that day, they were just hanging out, and then Lily came to pick us up, and Kakashi was waiting, since they have the same hobbies. So yes, Lily's kind of a pervert as well, so Kakashi and Lily getting on. I'm joking, they still haven't. They're not dating yet. So me and Naruto actually hear about this. Lily actually is pleaded to come with them, since she is still a Jonin, and she still has the experience of an Anbu, and she's actually if she still did missions, she'd be at the top of the food chain, with up there with Guy and Kakashi, because her skills are above and beyond normal levels. So yeah, she's like the Neji of the group. Like if Neji survived, he'd be at the top of the food chain for Jonins. Like, I'm pretty sure the strongest Jonin out of not the rookie 9, just the next generation after the rookie 9, like Konohama's generation, I think it's Konohama and Hanabi at the top, and then of course, and if we are talking about the Rookie 9 generation, the Jonin at the top, except for Naruto and Sasuke is a Jonin, so except for, well, he's not a Jonin, except for Naruto and Sasuke, it has to be Sakura, also, yes, even Sakura herself. Sakura, Shikamaru, well, Shikamaru is actually first because of intelligence, but if we're talking about raw power, it's Lee, Sakura, then Choji. But if we're talking about overall, it's Lee, well, it's Shikamaru, it's Lee, Shikamaru, and then it's Sakura, yeah, those three at the top. Anyway, so let's not get off track too much. So me and Naruto actually do help out, and in the end, me and Naruto actually find out where the kid was, and we actually come to his rescue. And just saying, Iruka Sensei is actually really fond of us, because we actually vibed well with Iruka Sensei, since we kind of had the same kind of lifestyle without any parents, but of course we got adopted. So he could kind of relate to us. We actually thought of Iruka Sensei like an older uncle, but something Lily didn't tell us is that Iruka was her brother. Yes, shush. I'm joking. I won't make it too cheesy anyway. So we just liked Iruka Sensei, and Iruka Sensei actually came as well, and then saw me and Naruto doing the Shadow Clone Jutsu and pummeling Mizuki, and Mizuki was there, and Iruka said, okay guys, give me the scroll, and me and Naruto actually made a plan, because we wanted to learn ninjutsus from the scroll. So what Iruka didn't see in the smoke is that one of my shadow clones was actually writing as many jutsus down as possible, as many jutsus possible. He wrote as many jutsus that he could in a different scroll. And he was only able to do 3 because there was a ton of smoke. Me and Naruto made 100 shadow clones, so there was a lot, and there was no wind on that day, so on that night, and I was able to write 3, and then give the scroll away. And I look at Naruto, and then the kid is taken by Iruka Sensei as well, and I look at Naruto and smirks, and Naruto's like, did you get them? And I'm like, only 3, but I'm pretty sure they're really strong. And Naruto's like, which ones are they? Which ones are they? And I say, oh, one of them is called the Flying Raijin. I don't know what the hell is that. And one of them is called the Rasengan. I don't know what that is. And the other one is actually the Summoning Jutsu. Even though, I'm sorry, I couldn't write a different one, but it is what it is. There's 2 of them that apparently were mastered by the 4th Hokage. And Naruto's like, yes, really good. It's fine. We got 2 at least. And we were all planning, and me and Naruto vibed really well. Like, we had malicious intent. And this is when Lily and Kakashi arrived, and they're like, these 2 are up to something, aren't they? And they're like, yeah. And she's like, yeah. And they actually sneak behind us, and me and Naruto are actually reading the scrolls. And then Lily's like, what did you write? And I scroll up and says, oh no, nothing. And Lily lets it slide, because it's definitely not porn. Yes, it's not porn. It's nothing like that. She knows, because we're not the type of guys to do that. And plus, it was in a scroll. Impossible. So we go back, and we actually buy another bowl of ramen for all of us, and we eat, and we actually go home. This night, Kakashi had to go home. Sometimes he actually stayed over, and he slept in the living room, or just slept in our room with us, and sometimes just on the sofa. So anyway, he had to go because tomorrow he had to do something. He didn't tell us, but I kind of had a hunch about him being our teacher, but it was too far-fetched. It's impossible. Anyway, the next day, the teams are announced. Sakura, Shino, and Hinata, team 8. Also, Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji, same team. And then team 7, Naruto, Uzumaki, Ru, Namikaze. Now, actually, he doesn't say my surname. I actually took Lily's surname. Lily Todo. So I took her surname Ru Todo. Naruto is actually called Todo as well, but he's called Naruto Uzumaki because he kept the Uzumaki name, and Lily allowed it, and she said there's no need to change it. And so then he said Sasuke Uchiha, and I was kind of intrigued by this, and he's like, and I was like, guess the foresight never fails. And 3 hours later, after 3 hours after all the teams went with the joining team leaders, Kakashi walked in, and I'm like, of course you would have been you. Who takes 3 hours to come here? And Naruto was like, for real, man. Why, Kakashi? Kakashi, why, Kakashi Sensei, why are you always late? And Kakashi did train us sometimes, and Kakashi's like, I got lost in the way of, in the path of life, and Naruto's like, more like lost in your perverted book, and I'm like, yeah, and Sasuke was like, damn, these two are noisy, and I was like, alright, whatever, let's go Naruto, and we all go to the roof, and we all say our dreams, and yeah, so he explains the bell test to us, and me and Naruto are like, hey Naruto, wanna train for this? And Naruto's like, don't really feel like it, but how about we go out to get some ramen? And I'm like, yeah, sure, who cares about training? And we're about to go, and we're actually heading there until we actually get pulled back by Lily, and she says, did you guys forget about your afternoon training, kiddos? And we're like, no. And so we have to go home, and we train, and of course after training, 4 hours of training, yes, it was 1 hour chakra control, 1 hour taijutsu, 1 hour of ninjutsu, 1 hour of studying, 5 hours, not 4, and 1 hour of wait, did I say taijutsu, studying, genjutsu, ninjutsu, and chakra control. There we go, 5 hours. And then by now it was already like 8 p.m, so we all went for dinner. Lily's like, no ramen today, I'll make dinner. And then we all had dinner, and yeah, we all had baths. Me and Naruto actually went to the bathhouse, and Lily's like, yeah, let me go too. So we went to the bathhouse, and then we came out around like 10ish, since we went around like 9ish. So it took us an hour, and we went home. We actually went sleep. The next morning, me and Naruto woke up, and it was already like 7 p.m. We were meant to meet up at 8, but me and Naruto know what will happen, so we actually eat. We stuff ourselves, and we actually take food with us. And Lily's like, why are you guys eating so much? You ain't cheap, you know. And Lily actually gets money from the third Hokage because of us two being orphans, and it's not even that. She doesn't even use on herself. Maybe sometimes for like clothes, but she doesn't get like expensive clothes. She gets plain clothes, like sometimes she gets we actually know that she actually bought some cute clothes, but we both knew for who that was, Kakashi, anyway. So when they start dating. So me and Naruto take some food with us, and Lily's like, why are you taking food as well? And we're like, oh, we know Kakashi will come late, so we're taking some food for Sasuke. And we go, and basically we arrive, and we're still stuffed, and we see Sasuke there, kind of irritated because he didn't have breakfast, and we shoved the food, all the toast, the everything, eggs, everything that we had in him, and we were like, eat up, Kakashi will be late. And we're all on the floor sitting down. And then 3 hours later, Kakashi, thinking that we all are starving. It's now 4 hours later, it's now noon, and we're all like ready to fight because we're not stuffed anymore. We're still digesting, but still it's mostly digested. And Kakashi realizes that me and Naruto are two pests, and is that, of course, I should have known. And the belt test is explained, and this time I point out that there was only 2 bells, and he explains that only 2 people will pass. And Naruto's we all spread out, and then me and Naruto meet up and say, this is not true. There's no way. I've never heard of a team with less than 3 genin. And I'm like, yeah, true. Mom did tell us this. And then me and Naruto added 1 plus 1, and we realized that we have to work together. And then we actually found Sasuke real quick, since Naruto's a sensory ninja, and his sensory abilities are actually like fine wine, fam. Like, bro, amazing. And me and Naruto headed to Sasuke, and we explained that it's impossible that there's only 2 genin that passed. This is definitely a trick to make us try to get 1 bell for each other or for ourselves. It's not even that. We don't even have to take the bells. We only have to show that our teamwork is on point. And Sasuke actually knows that these two ain't dumb. He knows that their mother was an aunt, but he's like, alright, let's do this. And then I'm like, okay, so I'll be a diversion, and I'll make shadow clones, and then while I'm fighting, Naruto will try to dig through the ground and try to sneak up on him next to that rock, okay, and then you, Sasuke, you'll be the one who brings him to that rock. I'll bring him near you, and then you start fighting him while I recover from the beating that I'm about to get. And then Naruto's like, yeah, let's do this. And Sasuke's like, alright, let's try. And he goes to the other side of the forest, and Naruto's actually digging, and he already is at the spot. And I'm like, alright, it's time. And basically, what I do is that I throw a shuriken and say shuriken shadow clone, and he actually multiplies quite a few times. And Kakashi was able to dodge most of them, hit them away, and then I arrive saying shadow clone, multi shadow clone jutsu, and 100 of me appear, and we all start fighting Kakashi. Kakashi is actually really impressed by my taijutsu, and he's like, maybe I have to use it, and then he's like, nah, let me just finish them off. And Kakashi then says fire style, great fireball, and actually is able to take out 16 of me. And just saying, he took out like 30 of me before, so there's still 54 of me. But then he says earth style, great earthquake, and this actually shook up Naruto as well, and destroyed most of my clones. There's only me and another like 4, and then he's like, alright. And then he wasn't done. He's like wind style, wind hurricane, and then it was just me. And I start fighting him with all my strength, and I really want to use my Sharingan, but I don't know if I should. But then Kakashi realized Kakashi was getting the upper hand, which then I had to use my Kekkei, my blue fire. So he actually tries to use a kunai to make me dodge, but that's where he went wrong. The kunai went straight past me, and I turned into fire and surrounded him around, and then all the fire came together, and then I appeared behind him and actually kicked him to the left side of his face with the heel of my foot, and I said, is this all you can do, Kakashi sensei? And then this is when Sasuke actually used the fireball jutsu. And just saying, I wasn't even drained at all. Like, literally, it took nothing out of me for doing that. And then Sasuke, what happens is that Kakashi gets out his Sharingan. Yes, because he doesn't want to fight Sasuke right now. He wants to kind of get revenge on me for that. And he actually blows him away. And Sasuke's like, what the hell? The Sharingan? What? And basically I make a clone to actually go get Sasuke. My clone's actually really fast because I amplified his speed by with my Kekkei, and I catch Sasuke and say, Sasuke, recover, and then come back and fight. And I actually try to fight, and just saying, what I do is that I told Sasuke to do fireballs from far ranges, and he actually does it like 16 times, and that's when he runs out of chakra. I'm like, thank you, Sasuke. And Kakashi was actually kind of worried now because he doesn't see Naruto, and he thought that Naruto's just trying to bait them, and then as soon as they get destroyed, he'll take the bells for himself. And he's like, that's a bad plan. And then what happens is that I slam my feet, one of my foot on the ground, and then a massive fire wall appears, and I activate my Sharingan, my 2 Tomoe Sharingan, and I start fighting him in a way that no one ever saw. Me and Naruto have an acrobatic style of fighting, just like Lily. And just saying, Lily was watching all of this. Yes, from the sidelines. She was actually hiding her presence, and she could see because she was on a tall tree, and she saw how I was fighting, and she saw that I was using the Sharingan. And yeah, Naruto then, after Kakashi used the Wind Hurricane, what I did is I used my Kekkei to turn into fire and surround him again. And then my fire was getting hotter and hotter, and Kakashi had to jump back next, and then he found himself behind the rock, and I'm like, that's where you lose. And I appear around Kakashi, basically my fire goes around him, and then I actually materialize. It's like the Kami, and then I hold his arms and I hold his wrists to the boulder, and then Naruto pops up and takes both bells, throws one to me and throws one to Sasuke, and says, "You see, we all work together. This was a plan made by Ryu." And Lily's like, "Lol, Kakashi just got bested by my two kids and the new teammate," and she was laughing her head off. And Kakashi's like, "Hey, look, I wasn't really trying, you know." And Lily's like, "Then why is your Sharingan out?" And then Kakashi's like, "You clearly know I could have beaten them easily." And then I agree, and Naruto's like, "For real, you could have destroyed us easily. You could have even killed us." And Sasuke's like, "Yeah, but how did you have the Sharingan?" And then he explains everything about his past. Not everything. He just explains that he had an Uchiha friend who died and gave him the Sharingan. And these, Sasuke's like, "All right." And then, Sasuke actually walks off, and Kakashi wants an explanation from me about the Sharingan. He didn't want to tell Sasuke since he didn't know himself, so he doesn't think that Sasuke knows, and there must be a good reason for hiding this. And Lily explains that his mother was actually a banished Uchiha who got killed by Danzo, but no, Danzo made up an excuse. Even if I was an eyewitness, I wasn't enough proof since the other guy would have just lied, and as soon as we would have went and back, he would have killed me. So yeah, Kakashi understands the gravity of this situation. He says you should at least tell the third Hokage, and Naruto's like, "Yeah, we should, mom." And Lily's like, "Yeah, you guys alright, we'll tell the third, but not now. Right now, let's go eat. And since you two became true Genin now, yeah, I'll make something good, okay? I'll make your favorite steak." And we go, my favorite is not steak anyway. So we go to our house, and then basically me and Naruto bring up the subject of dating, and we're like, "Hey mom, when are you and Kakashi Sensei going to get together?" And Kakashi was drinking a glass of water and he spits out everything, and Lily's like, "How dare you two speak about this matter? It's none of your business." And we're like, "Well, you two have been close for years now, like you might as well, like, come on." And then Lily slaps both of us, and we both have a mark. And then Kakashi says, "I have no words for your disrespect towards your mother." And then we reply, "Then why are you blushing, huh? You do want to get together with mom." And Kakashi's like, "Shush, don't tell her, I'm planning it." And we're like, "Alright, let us get in it." And we are now collaborating to make them get together. So me and Naruto are acting like a wingman for Kakashi, while I'm acting like a wingman for Hinata to get together with Naruto. Well, I have no one. I'm single forever. Anyways, I hope you'll enjoy this part. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs here. Subscribe to Retreat, Miniman123. My gaming channel was shouted out in the community post. Also, Dr. No Sense. She or he, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a she, because I actually realized that I think she's singing the songs, and bro, I love her voice, amazing. It's really cute, and the songs are just good. Anyway, I listen to them every day. Anyway, well, every night now, because I love them. And also, the Naruto remixes are really good. I really want to make a new intro with them, but right now I just cannot be asked anyway, because I'm really tired these days, and I have one more 1 hour video to record. Anyways, please subscribe to all of them. Also, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you like this part. And this was the King of Weebs there. Please stay safe, and stop bullying me about me not being able to say world and girl. Anyways, Weeb Nightlings, your mission has been completed. You have watched the full video. Peace. Take care. The Weeb Nightling army will prevail in conquering the whole of the UK. Then we shall go and conquer the whole of the world. That's our next mission. First, let's conquer the UK. 5k subs by the end of this year. Let's go!